Numbers and calls now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Hello there. Anis, how are you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother? You okay?
I'm very well, my brother, man. Very well. Beautiful day. Sun is shining.
Indeed. It's been, to be fair, it's been a good few days. So
it has been a really good few days. Better than the freezing frost and disgustingness. I know that you're probably waking up at like 4 or 5 a.m. early bells to the coldness, bro. So it must be a nice change.
No, actually, you know what? I'm a little bit different. I don't wake up early doors. I don't do my road work early morning. I don't go by that one. I do late nights. So I guess it's a same sort of thing, but yeah, I prefer it late at night. So I rather than running at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I used to do that, but years ago. But then I prefer running at midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock, around then. And then I just it's a little bit sweeter doing my running then.
I mean, it must be a lot better. Soothes you into the night, probably get a lot more sleep in the morning, a nice little lie-in. But brilliant. Obviously, Anis, lovely to have you with us. Thank you very much for giving us your time here at iBoxing with myself, Rico Boxing. Please follow Anis. He is the next opponent for Mr. Viddal Riley, a very prominent figure within the YouTube scene. I was there ringside at the Boxer event. I believe you fought. Where was it? Was it Bournemouth at the BIC? Yes, it was. Where you fought? No, was it Bournemouth? Was it London?
No, sorry, I've not heard anything. For some reason it's crashed on me, and I've just heard Bournemouth and London. So if we start again.
Get your signal this way, bro. No, so you are the next opponent for Mr. Viddal Riley, a very prominent figure within the crossover boxing scene. Obviously, him training KSI, that type of thing. So the kids all know him, which is bringing a new, younger audience to the sport. I was there ringside for your last fight against him in a great showing, great heart, great effort. I don't know if you remember me. I was way at the back anyway, but it was a really great fight. Obviously, the stoppage was. Sorry, bud.
No, I met a lot of people that night that come up to me and said the same thing. So
don't worry. I'll be at the next one, so you'll definitely remember me then. But I was ringside for the fight. Obviously, the cut forced the stoppage from the referee. I feel that you could have continued. However, as it was going on, I could see that the trickling of the blood was it had half of your face covered, from what I could see anyway. Being in the fight, how did you find fighting Viddal? What did you take from that fight going into the rematch? And what do you believe that you truly can beat that man and stop this prospect and sort of pave a way for a revamping for your own career?
All right, so let's start from when I took the first fight. I took the first fight because I knew I could beat him. As I said at the press conference and stuff, I was his hardest opponent. I was going to be his toughest test to date. He's obviously spoken about his in the pre-fight face-to-face thing that we did. He's said that he's going to hit me like this and like that, and I'm going to get stopped and all this. And, all right, cool, good and well. He said he was going to knock me out. So went into it. I was a bit like, okay, yeah, but I didn't go into it as a away corner opponent. Coming in, turning up for get a healthy little bit of change, good and well, and I'm done. Nah, you know what? It's I took it because I felt like I could beat him on the night. It didn't go my way. As much as I respect the referee's decision, I know who the referee is. Very respected person of the boxing community. So I got respect what he said. He said that, you know, he couldn't continue on the doctor's advice. But the issue that I have with what the doctor was doing was he was called to look at the cut, and the doctor started opening the cut up. Now, when you're asked to, when you're called to look at it, you can't open it up. So he's already sort of the referee asked him, "What do you think?" And he started opening, and you know, like that, and the blood, it wasn't bleeding at that point. And adrenaline, whether people know it or not, the stuff that you dab into cuts is adrenaline 1/1000. It takes a minute to set in. So as
So,
much
Anis,
as they, yeah,
I'm so sorry to stop you there, Anis. I always let the fighter carry on,
yeah,
but I'm a bit blown away there. Can you confirm what you just said, that the referee actually opened the cut?
the doctor,
The doctor, sorry. The doctor opened and exposed the cut during a fight.
yeah, during the end of the round, if you watch it back, the doctor puts his hand in, and Adam Booth on Twitter said about it, he shouldn't have opened it. So what the doctor did, he did this. So let's see, that's where my cut is. It was gone like that. So he shouldn't have touched it. He shouldn't have been touching with my face. It should have been a simple look. Yeah, he can continue. No, he can't. He's opened it. So he's not so much forcefully pulled it open, but he's sorry for the, you know, anyone watching it.
No,
Just
no,
seeing
no, 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 no. You carry
my
on.
finger going all over, but he's opened it up. So whether that's open more or not, I can't say. But I know about the adrenaline. I've spoken to a few people generally about adrenaline in the past. It takes a minute to a minute and a half to set in. So if there is a little bit of blood pouring at that time, by the time the doctor's finished his speaking, by the time it's about a minute into the actual round where the fight was actually stopped, the blood stops. So he shouldn't have opened it. I should have been given, if we see from last weekend, Joe Joyce, his eye was looked closed. The referee gave him, the doctor said, he can have one more. I understand that was for the WBO interim world title. So it's a little bit different to just a normal 8-round fight. But that being said, I should have been given the opportunity to at least try for another half a round. And if it got bad again, the cut, then the doctor be called up again, and then it gets stopped, then I wouldn't have as much issue. But I know for a fact he went back to the corner, Viddal Riley, that being, at the end of that third round, sucking up the air. He was blowing. Now, I knew I could sustain that pace. And, you know, there's people in comments saying, oh, you're going to get knocked out anyway, stuff like this. The guy hit me clean with his hardest punches, and he couldn't do anything. Now, all that, you know, the chest bump and everything, me doing that was trying to get him to engage in a fight. Now, his corner team done well. They told him to stay away from him fighting because they knew he's not as strong as me. Let's not be turning two ways around it. He was sharper on the day, fair enough, but he weren't as strong as me. He couldn't take a punch because when I caught him clean in that second round, he wants to say he wasn't hurt or whatever. There's a reason why he tucked up and he tried to give him a little hug and, you know, moving away because he was hurt.
Respecting the power.
Yeah, and in this fight, I think the thing that we're going to see is he's going to try and move away from the right hand. He's going to try and move back, stay out at range where he thinks he's going to work. But I'm going to come in and I'm going to knock him out by the second round this time because he's not got anything that phases me. Now, if you can't knock me out when I've got essentially one eye, because when the blood drips into your eye, you can't see at that moment, right? Yeah. So there was blood dripping into my eye. So I was keeping my eye closed for a little bit, opening it, and I could see for about 10 seconds until more blood comes in. Until I got to the corner, when they've cleaned it up, my vision went clear because all the blood's out my eyes. It's all gone, and it's not bleeding into my eye. So that's why when the doctor said, and I said, I can see, because that's the first thing that they're worried about is, are you going in there essentially handicapped in the sense that you've got one eye? That's why I made clear I can see with both eyes. And, you know, I look at it like the rematch I can't go into too much detail. Weren't gonna happen. There was a few things that I was made to do post first fight. Videos in essence, okay, that were going to be posted that have been lost into the interweb stratosphere. I wasn't allowed to post it myself. I've been told that certain people will post it. Can't say who would have posted it, but whether you can guess whatever, certain people were supposed to post it and it weren't posted, and that fight was moved away from that. I was supposed to fight someone else on this show and I got pulled off the card. I got myself onto a different show. I've got a few connections in boxing. My old manager, the old team that I worked with. So I got myself onto another show. Wouldn't have been a big show, a small show. There's not be any two ways about it. But for me, that was me and my new coach. We'd agreed if we don't get the rematch or this other fight that was being offered to us, which was a very, very winnable fight, we were going to have a small, a sort of gelling fight. Just, revamp, the not the comeback, but the back to what I am.
Yeah. I mean, if you would have taken that as because obviously the way the fight was stopped, obviously this information, and I obviously did see the tweet from Adam Booth, it was beyond shocking that it was opened in such a manner.
Yeah.
It seemed and alluded to from an outsider looking in that the fight they wanted the fight to end.
Yeah.
Then, without too much damage, without too much, Viddal going through the gears too much, because obviously you came there to win. It was very evident from watching ringside that you weren't just going to be another tick over and a name on his record. You came there to, be something, do something.
Yep.
And I feel from your energy now, and obviously having gone through that, you do realize you're more than going into the wolves' den, don't you, Anis?
Oh yeah, but he's coming into my house. This is it. This is the catch-20. This is the turning point. He's not boxing York Hall as a pro. I don't know about whether he's boxing amateur. I know in the ending years of my amateur career, there were shows going on at York Hall. So whether he boxed at York Hall or not, I'm not sure. But I know as a pro, he's not boxed at York Hall. Whereas I've had 4 fights at York Hall. I know what it gets like, and I know what it gets like when you've got when I've got 100 to 200 people there cheering me on from the balcony. I know what it's like. It's like you're in a coliseum. It's like the gladiators. And
you feel that you're the gladiator going into this fight, Anis. You really feel, obviously, being the York Hall veteran that you are. You do have obviously your 200 loyal fans, should we say, coming through to watch you at York Hall to see you do something great. Now, I want to know from you, how are you going to do that? So you're saying that you're going to be knocking this man out in the second round. That tells me that camp is going quite well. What have you been working on with the training team to prepare for the second coming of a Viddal Riley? Because you're looking to do something spectacular. If you do that, Anis, you know that this interview will not only blow up, that your profile will be ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
So how tell me what you, obviously, without going into too much detail, what's going on in camp? Tell me.
Basically, you imagine the Anis that you had on the first fight. Imagine that 10,000 times better.
Yes.
Stronger and sharper Anis. At this point in camp, I'm fitter than I was for the last fight. And for that last fight, I was fit enough to go 10 rounds. So the fact that I'm personally saying I'm fitter, I'm in a better place with my team. We're all on the same level. We're working certain little tactics of how we're going to get to him. Okay. Now, I wish I could tell you exactly what, but I'm not going to sort of perjure myself. All right. Essentially, because there were some things in that last fight that I've watched it back. No doubt Viddal and his, he's got a new trainer now, James Ali Bashir. No doubt they've watched it back, but they're going to be preparing for Anis coming, and they think I'm going to be the same. And to be fair, essentially, all in all, 90% of that Anis that turned up is there. It's just 10% is changing, and that's not very much. I'm not changing the way I fight. I'm not changing the way. Let's put it here. I'm a brawler. I'm a puncher.
Yes.
Yeah. I can walk people down. Always have done. Always will do. I will walk them down, and I'll knock them out. And now, certain things tactically on how we walk them down and how we take them out, that's what we're working on. And at the moment, it's going very well. I'm picking up stuff. I've been training with my coach since March, end of February, beginning of March. So about a week after the fight, I started training. A week after, my eye was still, my eyebrow, I still couldn't spar, but I was in the lab essentially with the new coach, working towards the rematch, then working towards a different fight. Then lo and behold, I had about 30 minutes to agree to the rematch, and I was like, I don't even need 30 minutes. Of course, I'll take it. Spoke to my coach, obviously. I said, what do you think? You let me know what you think. He said, I think we should take it, because not anything other than it's a very, very winnable fight. First, I saw it as, it's a 50-50. It's a winnable fight. Now I look at it, it's a very winnable fight. There was a reason why Viddal didn't want this. And I can't go into details, but they didn't want this fight happening now. The long and
Go
short
into
of it,
details, Anis.
I can't. I'm not allowed.
I'm only joking, but I can. Having watched,
have told me, stuff that my management team have told me, a few things that they've said, Viddal and his team, in regards to a rematch with me, was that they weren't looking at a rematch for about another 6 to 8 months, maybe a year, if it was to happen. And then it's been put on them that the fight has to happen.
That's very interesting, Anis. That's very, very, very interesting. Without knowing the details, I think as fans and as the general public, I think we can sort of look into why. I would encourage and recommend that anybody who has not seen the Riley tag first fight, please go and watch that fight. That was a really, really great fight. Great brawling. The one thing that for me, as a fan of yours, would highlight from a Viddal, which I think would be the biggest kind of biggest weapon in his arsenal against you, having that brawler style that you do, would be that his footwork and the counter punching. Now, I just need a yes or a no. Has that obviously been highlighted in the camp, and is there a plan for that?
Yep.
That's all I need. Now, the next question, because I'm really loving this confidence, Anis. I love it, honestly, and I feel like you will grow a bigger cult fan base because of that. Let's say the stars align, everything happens. We know that the cruiserweight division currently at the moment, even domestically, is booming, thanks to one Ben Shalom, who you are obviously signed for, and who would probably have rights on you if you say were to.
I'm not signed to Boxer. I'm a free agent. I'm just putting that out there. I'm a promotional free agent at this moment in time. I'm managed by someone.
Will we have a bank job here, Anis? Will we have a bank job here? Will I mean, because it's for your division, Boxer pretty much is where anybody with a sense and a brain would tell you to stay or to go, because Ben pretty much has the monopoly of all the cruiserweights that you'd want to beat, go to for this resurgence. I mean, you're 26 years old, very young, still loads to learn, I would say. And even if the stars don't align, there's still way more fights for you because of your fan-friendly Babbage-esque style, I would say. Now, obviously, the stars align. What do you want next, Anis? What would be the ideal fight built? I mean, you've just beaten Viddal Riley. I believe that he has a 40th world ranking within the world rankings, if memory serves. So obviously, you would then have a world ranking yourself.
You know, if that happens, firstly, I'll be pulling out my WBC amateur medal, and I'll be flaunting that. I'll be saying to the WBC, listen, I don't care if it's a silver, bronze title that they want to have, some made up Mickey Mouse title, I'll fight for one of them. All joking aside, I haven't received the contract yet for the fight, but I've got a strong inkling that there will be a rematch clause in there. Should I win, because of the last fight being a 50-50, and from stuff that has been said off the record, I can assume I'm in a about 80% chance, is 80% probable there will be a rematch clause.
They really fear you.
So if there is, I'm going to do my job as a boxer, as also, I work with law as well, and I've got, a good team with Uncle Ardal of Legal Blows. Me and him have some good chats. So I'll be looking at it, convey my opinions to him, see what he thinks, his thoughts on it are. So if we could get this, what I would like to do, if we could get it into play, so I just have some conditions on a rematch. So if certain conditions are met, only then can a rematch happen. Something like that. And obviously, should there not be a rematch, if they want to have first rights on first shout on whether they sign me or not, that's perfect. But I've got contacts with a few of the promotional companies in the UK. So I reckon I could get my foot in somewhere. Should I beat Viddal, which, God willing, inshallah, I think it will happen. But it's God's will, as we say. It's whatever God wills will happen. But I've got a very good feeling about this. So, but yeah, if the stars do align, I do beat him, then we'll be seeing a lot more Braveheart.
Then you'll be taking me for that Nando's, mate. That's what we'll be doing, Anis. But
look, I'll say yes, because if Nando's is, I'm cool with Nando's. I'm good.
I'm a cheap date, bro. Honestly. Anis, I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving us your time again at iBoxing Hub. It's very special to have fighters like yourselves with such an opportunity at potential greatness, and taking that opportunity with both hands. We wish you nothing but the best here, and we'll definitely want to have you on. Just for sort of the last bit of the segment, is there a shout out that you'd like to say to anybody, your team, all of the fans, to really get them to watch this fight with you and Viddal Riley next, okay, at the York Hall? What do you want to say to your fans right now? What are you going to do to this man? I need maximum Anis right now.
To be fair, I'm just going to go in there and knock. Oh, are you still there? Oh yeah, there you are.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go in there and knock him out. Like I talk, I like to talk a bit, so it's all good and well. But I'm going to go in there and just knock him out. That's about the long and short of it. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to walk him down. I'm not taking him out in 6 rounds like I said, last time. I've still got 2 rounds to do it, because round 1 of this fight is going to be round 4, because that last fight, I don't count that as finishing. This is a continuance. So I've got another few rounds to take him out in, and I'll make good on what I was saying in that press conference. And shout out to my team at Vote Boxing. They sort out my sponsorships, Uncle Ardal and Legal Blows. Respect for the job that they're doing, and what they want to do, legal blows, with boxers, especially boxers, of all backgrounds, but essentially trying to also build a background group with Muslim boxers, because we see it in a lot of other sports where people from certain communities get together, but you don't see it so much with the Muslim communities. So it's nice to see him doing what they're doing. Also want to give a shout out to my training team, Intent Fitness, Neon Samuels, my head coach Kieran Duffy at Duffy Boxing, and come June 10th, it's the Anis Taj show.
Come June 10th, we have Anis Taj versus Viddal Riley on Boxer at the York Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for him. And thank you very much again for your time, my brother, and have an incredible evening. Salam alaikum to you and Eid Mubarak. I know that you just finished celebrating. And yeah, have an incredible evening, brother.
Cheers, brother. Take care. Have a good one.